Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Pacers Daily. I am your host, Hery Acosta. Do you guys hear that? Pa- the Pacers won a game. Whoa, 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 whoa! What level of the Matrix are we in right now? Because this usually doesn't happen right now. We are in a point where it's just, oh, the Pacers lost. Oh, let's get on with our day, I guess. But last night, Pacers won a game, and on the road against a playoff team. Well, I guess Orlando's more of a play-in team. Plus, Franz Wagner's been out for a long time, so they don't really have him. But Paulo Banchero popped off against us. He had 39 points, 4 rebounds, 6 assists. Tristan da Silva had 21 points himself. Wendell Carter had 17 and 5. Desmond Main had 17 points, and off the bench, Chet Howard had 10. Jace Richardson had 9. Batadze had 6 and 7. Now, the games that were put up by Pacer players last night really reminded me of the playoff run. It all starts with the guy I'm going to talk about here in a minute. I'm going to go more in depth into his performance here. But Siakam had 37 points on 13 of 26 shooting, 2 of 5 from 3, 2 steals, 2 blocks. Jarris Walker had 20 points, 5 rebounds, and 7 of 13 shooting. Andrew Nemhard had a double-double, 13 points, 14 assists. Aaron Nesmith had 19 points, was 5 of 8 from the three-point line. TJ McConnell had 13 points, 6 assists. He was 6 of 6 from the field. Ben Shepherd has now hit 1,000 points in his career. He had 5 points, and Obi Toppin up the bench had 8, 2, and 4. It's not usual that the Pacers don't this year haven't played everybody because Kobe Brown, Cam Jones, and Quentin Jackson were all DMPs, coach decisions last night, which is usually not what happens with this team. But we had a few players in the G League as well, so we only had a 9-man rotation last night, which that happens, but it's usually because we just have nobody healthy. But we had 12 players healthy in this game, 9 ended up playing. Huge congrats to Rick Carlisle and the Pacers for finally winning after a 15-game losing streak. It's nice to see. Like, I am actually happy that we won a game now. I do want to lose from now on just to try to solidify that top 4 pick. But as of right now, one win isn't gonna hurt because if you I'll talk here in a bit about our later games, and you're gonna know that we're not gonna win anymore. So let's jump right in to Siakam, and then a few stats I want to look at in this game. The Pacers were shooting 55% from the field, 45 of 82. They shot 46% from three at 16 and 35. On the money with free throws, shooting 92%. Also at only 38 rebounds, so we didn't really rebound too well. But we had 32 assists, same amount of steals as they did, but we had 4 blocks. This has always been a good shot blocking team. Siakam had 2 blocks, Nesmith had 1, and Obi Toppin had 1. But our biggest lead was 12 compared to their 7. We had more points off turnovers, more fast break points. But once again, we can't do anything in the paint. Hopefully that's really something that we get better at as the year progresses or next season. But now let's talk about the 37-point dominance by Pascal Siakam. He was just on fire last night. Another double digit game. He has been popping off recently. He wants to be all NBA. I mean, he's missed a few games recently. He has to play at least 8 more games, and the Pacers have already played 72. So he has to play 8 of the last 10 games to even be eligible because he has missed a lot of games over the last few weeks. He hadn't played in 13 days before last game, but just a great performance is exactly what we want to see for him. Even if, yeah, this year he can do whatever he wants. I mean, we're not playing for anything right now. We're playing for number 1 pick, but just keep playing. I mean, you're averaging over 24 points a game. You are the best player on this team right now. And that's with Zubac being out, a lot of pretty much everything falls on Siakam right now till the end of the season. Nemhar's been picking up some slack. Obviously, that double double, 13 and 14, shot pretty well. J Huff, I want to see a little bit more. I know our center situation just keeps on going here and going there, and we really don't know what we're doing. But I'm just hoping that players like J Huff and Micah Potter whichever one comes back next year, I'm hoping it's J Huff, just have a really good season off the bench. Fast breaks, buzzer beaters, and block parties are back, and underdog is the best place to get in all the action. Playing underdog is easy. Just choose where your favorite player is going to go higher or lower on stats like points, rebounds, steals, or more. Gear pick shark is worth a 5,000 times your cash. Now, let's pick a few players today. Let's go with Nikola Jokic, 28.5 points versus Phoenix. I think he's going to go lower. Now, the reason I choose this is because Denver typically plays better if Jokic is a facilitator. Now, when Jokic scores a lot of points, there's a good chance that no one around him is going to have more than 12. But if Jokic has 20 points, 15 rebounds, and 12 assists, there's a 90% chance that they won that game. And Phoenix is a team that right now is still missing some good centers. They're missing Mark Williams, who's the only person that can probably fight on the rebounds with Jokic because the rookies are not, and anybody on the bench is not going to fight with perhaps one of the 5 best rebounders in the league right now. He leads the league in rebounding. And his points, rebounds, and assists is currently at 52.5. Now that it's an interesting one because if he gets 29 points, if he goes higher than 20 and a half, 29, all he needs is between 23 rebounds and assists. That's 13 and 10, which he does in his sleep. And the next person I want to talk about is Jalen Brunson, 25.5 points. Now, his is a little weird because recently his scoring has dropped a little bit. Karl Anthony Towns has picked up a lot of scoring. But against the Pelicans, there's a good chance that Jalen Brunson could go higher than this number. I think he's going to score close to his season average. So I will go higher with Brunson. As always, use promo code BasketballFan to score $75 in bonus entries when you play your first $5. Once again, promo code BasketballFan. Underdog, make picks, win money. Before anything, we're going to talk about Siakam. I haven't done this in a few weeks, but I'm going to get back to it. Look at some of the numbers on the side. Now, the 37 point, 6 rebound, 1 assist is that recent game from yesterday. He's only had one off game over the last few games, and it's been the San Antonio, but at the same time, we were not going to beat San Antonio. Honestly, as of right now, San Antonio are my favorites. And you want to know why? Because they remind me way too much of Oklahoma last season. A young team that all just know how to play together, and they have that one international star that is just pretty much unguardable. Don't get me wrong, Oklahoma could still easily win the title, and I think the title is going to be a Western Conference team this year. Again, I don't think as good as Boston, as good as Detroit are. We don't know the timetable on Cade Cunningham coming back. We don't really know how much intensity Jason Tatum's going to play with in the playoffs because he's still recovering from a torn Achilles that he came back in 10 months. So not even 10 months. He got injured in, I guess it was 10 months. Yeah, he got injured in like May, so I guess it was 10 months. But let's look at some of these stats and try to predict some stuff. Now, the points, 24.5. The reason I'm going with that is because 3 games over 24, 2 games, one little lower, one way lower. And his current average is 24 points per game. So if you put 24 and a half, that's where you want to go. And it depends on whatever team he's playing. Because if we go here, one of the next games is against the Lakers. He scored 26 points against them. So we know he can score against the Lakers. We know he can score against the Clippers. Pull up what games are next. We're playing the Lakers, the Clippers, and the Heat. Two of those three teams he has played last month scored over 24. So, and then rebounding wise, safe one is 4.5. That's one that you can go higher on because he would probably grab you 5 to 6 rebounds. His current season high is around that. And an assist, 3.5 because of those 2 games with that one assist. But if it's 3.5 against LA, he might go lower because he might not be looking to pass as much, especially because he only had 3. Clippers, same, and he had 1 assist against them. But those are my predictions for Pascal Siakam.
Must be 18 plus. 19 plus in Alabama, Nebraska. 19 plus in Colorado for some games. 21 plus in Arizona, Massachusetts, and Virginia. And present in a state where Underdog Fantasy operates. Terms apply. See assets.underdogfantasy.com/play and get terms DFSTML for details. Offer not valid in Maryland, Michigan, New Jersey, New York, Ohio, and Pennsylvania. Concerned with your play? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit www.ncpgambling.org. In New York, call the 24/7 helpline at 1-877-8 or text HOMI 467-369.
Everybody, I'm back. Now, let's just go quickly against a few games that are coming up. By the end of March, we're gonna have three straight home games. Now it's the Lakers, the Clippers, and the Heat. Now, if Adebayo wants to drop 83 on us, I will not be mad as long as we lose. Obviously, I don't really want to be that team that somehow gets scored that on that badly. But the Lakers and the Clippers, those are gonna be two fun games to watch. Obviously, the Clippers is Benedict Mathurin again, but he might be out in that game because he keeps dealing with a different injury. We obviously have those three season-ending injuries, two starters, and then Furphy. With the Lakers, Lakers are pretty healthy right now. Hachimura and Marcus Smart did just miss the game where they ended up losing against Detroit. But if they're back in this game, expect us to lose horribly, which is fine. Um, I kind of want to see what the Lakers can do this year. They have an interesting roster. They got some good players. Obviously Doncic and LeBron and Austin Reeves are all ballers, but having Hachimura, Marcus Smart, Luke Kennard, Jake LaRavia is from here, from Indianapolis. They're all some pretty decent players, and then even their like reserves with Tiero and Chris Mannion, Nick Smith, Bronny, obviously. They got a lot of key guys. Drew Timmy, Maxi Kleber, a lot of interesting players on that team. That could be a sleeper. And then last but not least, we're gonna do some big things next year. That Orlando game genuinely showed me that this team has potential. We don't have like anyone really playing. People are playing kind of just to be there, and yet we could still we we have been competitive in a lot of these games. We just know how to tank. But as always, I'm your host, Eddie Acosta. This is Pacers Daily. Boom, baby, and go, Sirs.